Hi, this is Beth Quigley, GQ Home Team at Remax First Choice. I'm not sure if there's a delay or not. We're all new to this Facebook Live stuff. So can you hear me, Mario?
I certainly can.
Okay, awesome. We'll just go with it and hopefully everything will catch up with itself. I'm actually looking on my Facebook page to see if I can see the live recording. That way I can match everything up. But I am Beth Quigley with GQ Home Team at Remax First Choice. I am here with Mario Orlando. I'm actually getting, there we go. Let's back up. Okay. And this is our first feature Friday. So we expect bugs and fun things to work out. But today, oh, there we go. I can see us now. Can you see us now? Excellent. Okay. So we wanted to put something together to help sellers and home buyers navigate the ever-changing real estate market. So I'm excited to have Mario Orlando with me here today to discuss about student loans. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mario.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mario Orlando, and I am a 27-year veteran in this business. And I'm probably, hopefully by the end of this year, would have originated close to $1 billion in loans, which is quite a bit. A lot of experience there. I work for Meridian Bank, and I am a branch manager, and I also contribute to the community by teaching classes at Harbell, Diversified, Southeast CDC, NHS, and teach classes at CCCB, Catonsville, and I teach accredited classes for GBBR, Understanding Credit Scores. And I'm happy to be here to share some of the information I've recently learned about student loans that may benefit many people in getting a home loan.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I love working with you. I know that you and I both have a like-minded attitude when it comes to real estate and helping our clients get into houses. And then I saw that there was some really great information about the new FHA rule loans. And I know that we've actually had some challenges with some of
Indeed, yeah.
So if you could go over that a little bit.
Sure, I'd be glad to. Let me see if I could share some information with you guys here. So recently, FHA came out with a mortgagee letter, which I am going to double click here for you. There we go. Oh, figures. There we go. Okay, so as of August 16th, 2021, some of the guidelines that were put in place back in April of 2016, I think it was. Let's see here. Can you see that, Beth?
Yeah.
Okay, April of 2016 and July of 2016, FHA originally had published some new guidelines in reference to the student loans. So after we had a mortgage crisis back in 2008 to 2010, there was a lot of problems in the mortgage industry and having people qualified and a lot of foreclosures. So in prevention, the FOMC, I meant to say the office, the financial aspect of the federal government established some rules back in April of 2016, whereas FHA student loans, even though on a credit report they may have been in forbearance or foreclosure, a rule was put into place where you had to use 1% of the outstanding balance of the student loan. And as everyone knows, the student loan debt now has exploded. And as I was trying to allude to, that it's probably going to be the next shoe to drop as far as problems with the federal government. Now, with that being said, a lot of homeowners have been thrown out of purchasing a home because of this 1% rule. I've seen on many occasions where people have had student loans in excess of $60,000 and some over $100,000. I've seen some with, believe it or not, $1 million with doctors. And using a 1% rule would just throw them completely out of purchasing a home due to the debt to income ratios.
Yeah, and I know that you and I both have meetings with clients together. So we talk about certain things with our clients. I know that there's been a lot of clients that you and I both worked with that unfortunately we've had to say, you know, we can't help you right now. So that's really tough. I hate to have to tell a home buyer that.
Absolutely. And in fact, there's an opportunity here for some of the clients, if you're a realtor or even a loan officer, some of the clients that you've had in the past, we may
Mhm.
want to revisit them and call them back and take a look at their profile. Now, this new guidance is effective for case numbers assigned on or after August 16th. So this Zoom meeting here on Facebook is really kind of a precursor to where we're going to be towards the end of the summer, where we want to really prep well enough to try to help our clients and understand how this program works.
Mhm.
Mortgagee letter indicates that the student loan debt now will reflect where I have here in highlighted areas here, saying that the mortgagee, which is the lender, may
Mhm.
exclude the payment from the borrower's monthly debt calculations, whereas written documentation from the student loan program, the creditor or the student loan provider, usually Nelnet or Navient or Great Lakes, those student loan servicers indicate that the student loan balance has now either been forgiven, canceled, discharged, or otherwise paid in full. So you may exclude the debt that way. However, if there is outstanding debt, regardless of the payment status, the mortgagee must use the payment amount reported on the credit report or the actual documented payment when the payment amount is above zero. Or bullet point number 2 is a 0.5% of the outstanding balance when the monthly payment is reported on the borrower's credit report when it is zero. So that kind of reflects and mirrors what Freddie Mac has been doing all along, is using the 0.5% rule. So if you have, say, $50,000 in student loans, let's be reasonable. Let's say about $25,000 in student loans. You're using $125 as the amount. Let's see, 25,000, 1% would be
Like
250. Now you
125.
only have to use 125.
Is that like per month for as a
Yes, and the debt increase. So when, as a lender, we pull credit reports, we're going to be looking at the credit reports, and you're going to find a lot because of the pandemic. A lot of the student loans on the credit report will show zero balance, and may be very well reflective of either it still being in forbearance because the government has allowed us to do so, or that it may be an income-based payment.
Mhm.
Now, let's talk a little bit about income-based payments. Now, if your service provider, say, for example, is Nelnet, you can actually call the customer service and negotiate what your payment may be once you're out of forbearance. And you can negotiate what they call an income-based payment.
Mhm.
The service provider will then ask you for your W-2s and pay stubs and take a closer look at what kind of income you have, and they'll deem what your monthly payment would be. And in many cases, that's what I probably would suggest to most of the clients out there, or those that are interested in becoming a homeowner that are dealing specifically with these student loan issues, is reach out to the service provider and prepare a income-based payment structure. And a lot of times they may be very little. It could be 10, you could have 25, $50,000 in student loans, but let's say you're only making 50, 60 grand a year. They have a calculation where the payment will be reflective of maybe only 10, 20, 25. And that's a whole big difference as opposed to using that 1% rule. So this is tremendous. This is a great opportunity for those out there.
Okay, so I think what you're saying is that because of this new FHA rule, that the amount that you're required to hold,
Use in a debt to income ratio. Right.
use the debt to income ratio for monthly payment has changed tremendously,
Correct. Yes.
which that would help someone either be able to purchase it all because
Hmm.
income ratio would be a lot lower,
Yeah.
or purchase a lot more house, especially with the prices going up. I'm sure a lot of people have said, well, that's great, I qualify for something, but I can't buy a house for this loan amount. So I'm sure that that helps people to be able to purchase homes like
Absolutely.
all
Yeah.
at
I'm
once.
excited about the program because for so long there's been so many people out there that have come to me
Yeah,
that truly want to become a homeowner, especially with while interest rates are so low, right?
right, right.
We pull the credit report, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're educating themselves.
Yeah.
They're using student loans to try to get them through a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. And by the end that term of getting their degree, they're looking back and reflecting on it. Well, I do have a significant amount of student loans, but guess
Hmm.
what? They made a tremendous effort to try to better themselves and try to, get into a job where it's more tailored for someone that has a degree in a specific job
Right.
description. Whether
Right.
it's
And it's
becoming an
preparing them
engineer
for
or the
stability.
healthcare industry.
And it's preparing them for stability with their job and with the amount of money
Right.
that they're going to make. So,
Yeah.
you would think that they would be some of the best candidates to purchase a home. So I'm
Exactly. And then what happened was this rule that was put in place back in April of 2016 kind of was like, whoa, there's a brick wall here. How are we going to handle this? And so frustrating. And I think with the new administration coming in and some of the head of HUD is really saying, hey, look, this
yeah.
makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. And it clearly defines here in these guidance here that let's see here.
Now this is brand new.
Yeah,
So
brand spanking new.
yeah, so Mario's done a lot of homework for us to give
Mhm,
us like some of the best up-to-date information. So some of this he has to review and look through. Um,
mhm.
but I'm really grateful. So if you were trying to prepare yourself for August, if you're a student and you've tried to purchase before and you couldn't, or if you're a student and just knew with your student debt that you wouldn't be able to purchase, in order to try to prepare for that August date, what would you suggest that some of these people do in order to find out what their options are and to be able to really be guided through this process?
Yeah, what I would suggest to do is preparation is very, very important because before you know it, we're already in July, right? The
Right.
summer's really in full swing. August, mid-August will be here before you know it.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm going to strongly suggest is, reach out to me. Let's get you prepped. Let's take a look at your credit report. Let's see where your credit scores are. Let's see how much student loan debt you have. And then we can actually calculate, and I'll help you through trying to get in touch with the service provider and work on getting the income-based payment structure put into place. Because that does tend to take sometimes 30 days before it reflects on your credit report. So really
Right.
the time is now to prepare for the future. You are where you are presently from what you've done in the past. So give
Absolutely.
yourself a good 30 to 60 days to prep for this new mortgagee letter and the way student loans are calculated. So I would
Right.
suggest actually reaching out to me. And at the end of this live stream, what I'll do is I'll post my information so that anyone that needs to get in touch with me, we can start pursuing getting pre-approved.
Right. I think that's great. And I think it's really important that you work with someone that's knowledgeable because, you know, when we see a brick wall, we do everything that we can just to bust right through it
Hmm.
when we're having issues. So I think that, for us to be able to help guide people through that process, I think is amazing because you know how to navigate it, you know how to figure it out. So
Hmm.
um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so if anybody thinks that this can be valuable for a family member, or a friend, or somebody that they know, feel free to share this video. And I want to thank you, Mario, for joining me today and helping everybody navigate through this. And just,
Absolutely. Let me post up some information here so that everyone can see. Again, I'm with Meridian Bank. I don't know if you can see that, Beth. Let me see here and make it a little bit bigger for everyone to see. Can you see that?
yep,
Okay, so again, I'm the branch manager at Meridian Bank. We have several locations in and around the greater Baltimore area, including Towson, Parkville, Columbia, White Marsh, Annapolis, a few other branches that I'd have to look at the list, but we have about 8 or 9 different branches in and around greater Baltimore area.
right. And Meridian Bank's a great bank. You're one of my favorite banks to
Oh, thank you.
for my clients too. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This is our first Feature Friday, so it's really exciting. And tune in next week. I'm going to be doing a market update, and I'm going to be really kind of diving into the market and why this is not a housing bubble, because I think a lot of people are getting some misinformation in the news and, just different word of mouth. So I'm really excited about kind of digging into that topic with everyone. So thanks again, Mario. And
Absolutely.
yeah, you have a great,
Happy 4th of July. Have a great weekend, everyone.
yes, happy 4th of July.
All right, thanks.